Yes, I just sit in the back going do 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 do. I like rhythm and blues, which is why the outside of the thing is blue. Okay, never mind. I'll see myself out. Never mind. Okay, so I have tried really hard. Okay, a little hard. Okay, I really haven't tried to avoid this song. I love it. Love, love, love it. It is a song by the Arrogant Worms. It's a Canadian version of the War of 1812. I understand that in our history books, our books say something different than your books do. And the truth is somewhere in the middle. But this is just a very, very humorous, satirical, joke jabby type take on this song. And I don't know if it was written in the 1990s or if it was written in the early 2000s, but you will see George W. Bush in some of the pictures. And I understand he was president from 2001 to 2009. So easily 25 years ago, something like that. So anyway, it is a satirical take on the War of 1812. These guys, the Arrogant Worms, are so good at what they do. It's just incredible. So here we go. Let's take a listen.
Thank you so much.
Oh, come back, proud Canadians, to before you had TV. No hockey night in Canada. There was no CBC.
Oh my God!
In 1812, Madison was mad. He was the president, you know. Well, he thought he'd tell the British where they ought to go. He thought he'd invade Canada. He thought that he was tough. Instead, we went to Washington and burned down all his stuff in the White House. Burn, 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 and we're the ones that did it. It burned, 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 while the president ran and cried. It burned, 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 and things were very historical. And the Americans ran and cried like a bunch of little babies. Wah, 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 in the War of 1812.
House hillbillies from Kentucky, dressed in green and red, left home to fight in Canada, but they returned home dead. It's the only war the Yankees lost except for Vietnam.
And also the Alamo.
Right, and the Bay of Ham.
The loser was America, the winner was ourselves.
So join right in and gloat about
the War of 1812 in the White House. Burn, 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 and we're the ones that did it. It burned, 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 while the president ran and cried. It burned, 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 and things were very historical. And the Americans ran and cried like a bunch of little babies. Wah, 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 in the War of 1812.
In 1812, we were just sitting around, minding our own business, putting crops into the ground.
We heard the soldiers coming and we didn't like that sound.
So we took a boat to Washington and burned it to the ground. Oh, we fired our guns, but the Yankees kept it coming. There wasn't quite as many as there was a while ago. We fired once more and the Yankees started running down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. Whoa, 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 whoa. They ran through the snow and they ran through the forest. They ran through the bushes where the beavers wouldn't go.
They ran so fast they forgot to take their culture
Back to America and Gulf and Texaco. Whoa, whoa. So, if you go to Washington, its buildings clean and nice. Bring a pack of matches and we'll burn the White House twice in the White House. Burn, 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 but the Americans won't admit it. It burned, 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 it burned and burned and burned. It burned, burned, burned.
diapers.
In the war of 1812.
Arr. Okay, hang on. I have to find a couple places here. Okay. And is this where I want to be?
Buildings clean and nice. Bring a pack. Go to Washington.
Oh, come on. Where is it? I saw the photo.
Twice in the way. Burn, burn, burn it, burn it.
That's not where it is.
Now
There we go.
that made them mad. And he
Okay, hang on, hang on, hang on.
burned it, burn and burn and burn. It burn, burn, burn. Now that
Okay. See that guy in the middle? Pretty sure that's Tony Blair, Prime Minister of Britain. Let me just do a fact check here on my little itty bitty phone. Tony Blair. Yep. That's him. So whoever made this video wasn't exactly fact checking too good. So yeah, there's Tony Blair right there. Anyway, British Prime Minister. All right. And he was the leader from 97 to 2007. Okay. And then at the back here, where they talked right here, 2 years war, no conquest. The little province of Upper Canada holds out 2 years against the whole force of democracy. This is very grating. Who said that?
1812.
Nathan Ford.
Fast hillbillies from
Okay.
Kentucky, dressed in green and red.
So War of 1812 is what it was called, but it was, let me just see exactly which years it was. War of 1812, from 1812 to 1815. Okay. So with Canada being a key battleground. And yeah, we were owned by the British. So the Americans like to say that the British beat them. But we are still owned by the British. So yeah, there's that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little slice of satirical history. I know I did. Have an awesome day. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.